Want to learn how to call a doctor at 2 a.m. and not get yelled at? Keep watching. Hi guys, welcome back to the Momma Nurse channel, where we talk about everything from nursing, motherhood to lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. I used to work day shift. It was so much easier to call doctors during the day because you know that they're awake. Once I switched over to night shift, you have to kind of decipher when it's appropriate to call the doctor and when it's something that you can handle yourself. Number one, make sure you know who you're calling about, the patient's name, the patient's room number, and a brief history on what brought them into the hospital or whatever setting you're in, and any pertinent information. Once you have given the doctor all of this information, make sure to ask them if they're familiar with this patient. Especially if you're on night shift, they may just be covering, so they may not know that patient specifically. So ask them if they know that patient. That way, if they don't, you can give them a little bit more information. And if they do know their patient, then you don't have to explain anything else. Number two, know why you're calling. This sounds very basic, but it's really important. What's the issue at hand? What would you like to be done? The doctors may not always want recommendations, but it's good to have things in mind just in case they do ask. You guys can kind of figure out a plan and see if what you are suggesting is appropriate or not. And it just shows the doctor that you know what you're talking about, and they will have more confidence in you. Bonus tip number one, have your chart open. That way, any information that your doctor asks you for while you're on the phone, you can quickly navigate to it and give them that information. Number three, what have you already done to troubleshoot the issue? Let the doctor know any interventions that you have already tried so that they realize that it's a bigger issue than what it may seem. Number four, make sure to have your pen and paper handy so you can write down any information or orders that the doctor gives you. Remember, when you're taking telephone orders, to do telephone order read back. That means that whatever order the doctors give you, you want to make sure that you read it back to them verbatim so that you can correct any errors and clarify that you are receiving the correct information. I do recommend just using scrap paper while you're on the call with the doctor, only because you're going to be writing very, very fast. And once you get off the phone, then you can write the orders neatly in the chart or put them into the computer. That way you're not wasting time while you're writing down the information. Bonus tip number two, make sure you have your current vitals, including temperature, urine output, vent settings, etc. You want to make sure that you have all of the current numbers for your patient. That way, if it's pertinent to what's going on, the doctor will have those numbers and they can better assist you. Number five, have confidence. Speak with assurance and authority because you are your patient's advocate and you need to act like one. Always remember, you have everything at hand. You have your full patient's chart and you have your patient themselves. Use the information and your patient. That's how you'll be able to convey this information to the doctors and give them a picture of what's going on. If the doctor does ask for something that you didn't write down or you're unsure about, it's okay to ask them to hold on for a quick second, get the information, and come back to the phone. I'm not talking about leaving them on hold for 5 minutes. I'm talking about a quick put the phone down, run in the room, look at whatever they're asking for, and come back and retrieve the phone call. That's okay, and doctors can understand that. Don't say, I don't know, and just leave it there. If you need some help, feel free to call over your charge nurse or a helping hand so that you could get the information that they're asking for. So coming from day shift onto night shift, it was definitely different when it came to calling doctors. You want to make sure that you're calling them at appropriate times when it comes to your patient care. You want to try to group your phone calls with other people on the unit if they may have to make phone calls as well. What we do on my unit, we have voceras, so we broadcast on the unit when it comes to calling doctors so that anybody else that may need the doctor will be able to jump on that call as well. Really helps the doctors out. That way they're not getting phone calls every 5 minutes, because they may just not be working on your unit alone. They may be covering for the whole hospital. So be courteous, be mindful, have your information ready, have your pen and paper ready so that you can write down any information that they give you. And always remember to ask if the doctor would like a call back with any updates, or if they will follow back up with you. It's always nice to know that if you troubleshoot things and they don't work out, that the doctor has given you the okay to call them back, given you the okay that if everything looks good, to just proceed and call them if anything changes. Hi, Dr. Z. This is Vanessa. I'm calling about patient Jane Doe in room 24. She came in 2 days ago in respiratory distress, was intubated upon admission, and had a left chest tube placed at bedside to remove fluid with a total of 500 mLs out. Are you familiar with this patient? Okay, great. Well, I'm calling because the patient is very agitated, maxed out on Precedex at 1.5 milligrams. I did give her PRN Ativan 0.5 milligrams with no results. She also now has a number 2 chest tube leak. I redid the dressing and checked for leaks in the tubing with no resolve. Her vital signs are stable at this time, and her urine output is adequate. Okay, so you want a stat chest x-ray, call you with the results, DC the Precedex strip, start patient on IV Diprivan per titration protocol, and continue to monitor the chest tube and call back if the leak increases? Okay, great. Thank you. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Momma Nurse channel, where we talk about everything nursing, motherhood, and lifestyle. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Tell me about an experience that you had with calling a doctor that was horrible or fun. Until next time, stay safe, be well, and live life.